Good morning. My name is Pamela Fountain Brown. I am with the Lakeside Alliance. We are super excited to have and host this meeting on this morning because it symbolizes a couple of things. We got the restart going, we have the green light. We're excited about this historic project that is coming to the Jackson Park community. We are excited that we get an opportunity to continue to share all the great stuff that, as the Lakeside Alliance, we've been talking about and wanting to put into practice. We're also excited to be have an opportunity to hear from you as the contracting community because we believe you have some great things to add to the conversation. So, as the Lakeside Alliance, we are a joint venture between four African American owned companies and a large construction management firm. Our team is made up of Brown and Moman, Powers and Sons, Ujama Construction, and Safeway Development. Those four companies teamed up to form the Presidential Partners, and then partnered up with Turner Construction and hence formed the Lakeside Alliance. The slides you see here show a number of our principals who are involved, and they're also a part of our executive leadership team. So the Lakeside Alliance was formed maybe like ooh, 4 or 5 years ago now. Time has passed along. As the Lakeside Alliance, we are committed to making certain that we are working with the Obama Foundation to help ensure that the Obama Presidential Center fulfills the vision to inspire and empower people to change the world. As the Lakeside Alliance, we are committed to making certain that we are transforming the paradigm in which the construction world operates, especially here in Chicago. Since since being awarded the project, we have met one-on-one with more than 200 firms to learn more about what it is that you do and to figure out how you fit or where do you fit in the project. Because, of course, as I just explained, the Lakeside Alliance is made up of 5 different companies. We're excited to share with you today the opportunities that we have coming up very shortly. So I'm going to walk through that. I have a few of my colleagues on the phone with us. We'll go through these slides. With any questions that you may have, feel free to use the chat, and we'll save some time at the end of the presentation to actually go over some of those things. So this is an overview of the project. I'm wondering if I have Jonas Abrima on the phone to actually present this slide. If not, I will definitely entertain the world in doing this. Okay, he's not here. So the Presidential Center, of course, the project is made up of all these different separate parts, right? We have the forum, the museum, the library, the plaza, and the athletic center. Um, in person, we're able to really take our time and really go through some of the renderings of the project, but we also invite you to visit the Lakeside Alliance website at lakesidealliance.com and also the Obama Foundation's website to give you a better overview of all these different pieces. But the forum is a 2-story public meeting space with 1 story above grade and 1 below ground. If you've seen this rendering, then you've seen a few of the buildings that has like landscaping, or what's the word, berming over the building? Is that the word I'm looking for, Gary? But going over the building that is creating additional green space or the additional landscaping for the entire project. In fact, we're adding to that. Ron Lewis is actually a good person to talk about this as well. Then we have the museum, which serves as the landmark for the campus. That is that tower that you see there. The library, which will be a branch of the Chicago Public Library, which we're super excited about. The Obama Foundation and Chicago Public Library System announced this great partnership a couple of years ago. It also gives a feel that this is a campus that would be available and accessible every day of the week, in fact, and welcoming folks from all different walks of life to be able to participate in the activities that happen on the actual campus. The plaza, which is the museum, forum, and library buildings that wrap around the community facing the public plaza that will act as another gateway into the park. If you've seen any of the, I think it's called the 3D with the goggles, or whatever, where you have the ability to actually stand on the plaza and like look up and see all the buildings or whatever, is super exciting. And then lastly, the Athletic Center, which is a space where there'll be physical activities year round, different basketball tournaments and things of that nature, and another way to further engage the community. So today we have a few things we're going to talk about. The packages that we will be discussing today are the site clearing, the mass and structural excavation package. We'll present to you the package timeline, a site logistics plan, what goes into the invitation to bid. We'll talk a bit about our diversity and inclusion economic impact program, and then lastly, the procurement process. Go ahead, Gary Hill. Take it away.
So for these packages that we're talking about today, and for the others in this same grouping, these are the dates. So we're going to have outreach, and we'll be doing pre-qualifications until the 12th of April. And then that bid package will be due on the 5th, or excuse me, the 7th of May. So we're allowing a 4-week bid period. We hope during that bid period that there's a certain amount of teaming that happens. Pam mentioned the one-on-ones. We met with a lot of trucking companies, so we want to make sure that all of those trucking companies get to meet the excavators in this case, and vice versa. So we're gonna be providing information so that they both meet each other. So after the bids are due, we put a guaranteed maximum price together. The owner approves it, and then we start to make awards. Okay, so this is a nice overview of the logistics plan. And if you start at the left, the Women's Garden, that's not a leftover, but that's a feature from the original World's Fair. That's the name of that space, so it's being retained. The museum or the tower, as you move to the right. The forum, which is almost like a podium that the museum sits on top of. The library. Moving over toward the center of the screen, there is an underground parking, and you'll see some of our bid packages are split with the tower, forum, and library as one price, and the underground parking as a second price, so that different size contractors will have packages to bid on. And then the program athletic and activities center is to the far south, or to the far right of the screen. So you see how it fits in nicely between the lagoon and Stony Island Avenue. So this is a logistics plan of the way that we are going to manage the site. When the bid package comes out, this will be included, so excavators and truckers can see where trucks can come in and where trucks can come out, where the site fence will be. But this gives you a nice overview of how the job is going to be divided. So the tower, forum, library, sort of in the center left, for excavation, that will be one excavation. And then you see the blue footprint of the parking structure. That's almost as large as the tower, forum, library. So that's how the job is getting divided. And then you see the haul road that's going to go around the site. So lots and lots of cubic yards of earth have to leave the site, because so much of the presidential center is below grade, to allow for green roofs like Pam described on top. Okay, so we're going to use the Building Connected application to distribute bidding materials. So here's a list of all the different things that will come out with these excavation packages. Invitation to bid, bid form, drawing specs, pretty standard list of things. You'll see the geotechnical report about what kind of soil is going to come out of these excavations, and the environmental assessment report. So this will all come along with the bidding documents. When the bids come in, the invitation for bid will be signed. The bid form, will have all the locations where you need to put in prices for lump sum of the work, and then for alternates and so forth. The additional provisions explain the scope of work in detail. and then the scope sheet or the bid recording sheet is used as a checklist. So um, it will be very easy to follow, um, and and we'll go through those when we do a scope review meeting later on. Some things to think about. The Presidential Center is a tax exempt project, so so don't include taxes. Um, this will be a contractor controlled insurance program or a wrap up program. So on-site workers' compensation and general liability is provided by the program. So in this case, you will not have to include that insurance cost in your bid. So this is a nice tool to level a competition, because those that have um, a little bit higher insurance rates will be on the same footing as those who have very low insurance rates. So all you'll have to carry is auto insurance and off-site, any insurance for what you're doing off-site. Um, we're going to use a blend of uh, the SubGuard subcontractor default insurance product to avoid bonding, but we are going to ask for an ad alternate for bonds so that you know, there's an option. So those are some instructions for how to put the bid together.
We're excited that this project, though historic in nature, is also historic in our approach to how we are working with the subcontracting community. If you are a contractor and you've come to one of our one-on-one meetings or some of the other outreach meetings that we've had before, you've heard us talk about the importance of including with your bid a really robust economic impact program. This is one of those projects in which we have the ability to make some transformative change, and we want, to the best of our ability, make certain that we are reaching out to the community and reaching out to the different sub partners to make certain that um, we're stretching the boundaries a little bit in how we do that. So, through our different outreach meetings, we've been in person, we've been virtual, we have we'll have many more of these to come, actually. So we'll talk more about the diverse enterprise goals, the workforce goals, and then transformational ideas. That is really key there. So for this project, we have a goal of a 50% utilization goal. As you can see the breakdown here, Lakeside Alliance will work with the Obama Foundation, all of our strategic partners, to achieve the following goals: 35% MBE, 10% WBE, 5% BEPD, VBE, SDBE, LGBTQ businesses, and then a local percentage at 7%. When you get your bid documents, you'll have included in there a map of the entire city of Chicago, along with a breakdown of all the different communities that are included in this local participation line item. And for the workforce goals, we have the city of Chicago residency at 50%. And then for the foundation, to kind of double down on their commitment to making certain that historically marginalized folks have the opportunity to take advantage of the opportunities here, there is a goal of 35% for South and West Side residents to work on the project. And again, in the bid documents, you'll see the map and then all of the communities that of course make up the South and West Side, along with local residency goals. So of course, we know that the goals here are pretty aggressive, and our goals that, especially with the utilization goals that we've not seen in the Chicago area before. So to that end, this list is not meant to be a comprehensive list, but these are just some of the organizations that we've reached out to or they've reached out to us. If you know of other organizations who you think that should be in contact with us or could help us help the contractor community at large actually meet these goals, please let us know. But this is just a smattering of the organizations that throughout the years we've visited to let them know who we are, the mission of the team, and then how our process actually works, and then how they can get in contact with us. To that end, the Obama Foundation has actually reached out to a group of organizations across the city of Chicago to create a workforce initiative specific, not only specific to this project, but to actually help build a pipeline across the city. You'll see a list of who those organizations are. We are joined by two members of the organizations or the consortium here on the call. I'm going to ask either Ashley or Ebba to unmute yourselves and tell a little bit about the consortium and those what you've been charged to do by the Obama Foundation.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much, Pam. We're really excited to be here, like everybody else expressed. So the We Can Build It Consortium is essentially going to be the community to work pipeline. We understand a lot of folks on this call and the project at large already have a strong, diverse workforce already, but we're here to help complement that, continue building the workforce through outreach programming, retention support, and community support. So Ebba, I think, is going to help take us through our work and the partners that we'll be working with on this.
The We Can Build It partnership is made up of all of these entities, all of the Chicago Women in Trades, Hire 360, St. Paul, and Revolution. They are all training providers. They all provide some sort of training, and we can get into that more specifically later. We offer training to get people into the workforce. We offer retention services, like Ashley said, extra certificates. So we are really able to get these candidates ready and properly trained for any of the contractors in whatever trade that you are seeking in.
Thanks, Ebba, and thanks, Ashley. So as we've outlined to you, we have no intention of our potential trade partners going at this alone, right? We've done our due diligence in lining up as many resources to help you put together the most comprehensive diversity and inclusion plan as possible. On the earlier slide, I mentioned transformational ideas. As we talk to different trade partners or potential trade partners, one of the things that we have found to be enlightening are ideas that you bring to the table, things that you're currently doing, you may be currently doing in your community, or ways in which you've always wanted to increase or add on to the pipeline of folks who are interested in going into careers in construction. So as you think about what your economic opportunity program would look like for this particular job, I invite you to take off your blinders, right? Let's suspend reality for a little bit, right? And in a perfect world, what would you like to see happen on this job? So those are just some of the ideas that we want to see as you are submitting your proposals to us. So Gary, you want to take this one?
Yes, so we do ask that those that are going to bid at the first tier, not as a second tier sub, but at the first tier, become pre-qualified with us. And we don't consider this a sort of a yes/no question. This is a yes, or maybe you need to consider a job of a certain size, or maybe you need to get involved with some of our training and so forth. So I know pre-qualifications sometimes have a bad feel to them. They feel exclusionary, but we tried to make this, as inclusionary as we can. So the way that you do this is you go to the Lakeside Alliance website and you fill out this very short, I'm interested in pre-qualifying form. Pretty much name, address, email, and what package you're interested in, and you submit it. And what it does is it then takes you across the link to an SAP database. It also happens to be the same database that Turner Construction uses. So the nice thing there is if you're already pre-qualified with Turner Construction, you don't have to fill it out a second time. There will be information, FAQs and such that help you. There is a service desk. And then those of us in procurement, including myself, I'm the procurement manager for Lakeside. We're available as well to answer questions and to help with this pre-qualification process. So this is going to give you an idea of the packages that are coming out in this particular group 1B. So today, was set up specifically for the first three packages. But you see how we've done that. TFL, Tower Forum Library. So that's the structural excavation for that particular pod of buildings. And then you see the garage next to it. So you see that those two packages are different in size. So people can aim their bids at packages that suit their experience and their strength. So the caissons will be in this same grouping. We'll have an outreach for them a little later, but you see that those are broken in two. The geothermal wells. This building is going to be heated with water that is brought to the ambient temperature of the earth, so it's very ecological system. So those wells will all be done by one bid. Then the dewatering package is broken in two. The early landscaping package is protection of trees, harvesting of some topsoil and saving that for the end. And then there's a site utilities package. So these, I think there's 10, will all go out on the 12th and come back on the 7th of May.
So this is important. We've spent a lot of time really talking about the transformational nature of this project. So here is a breakdown of how your bids will be evaluated. So commercial, you'll get 35 points. For operational, you get 25 points. What's your company's project approach? What are your company's company qualifications and the qualifications of key individuals that you are actually showing on your showing in your organizational chart when you submit your bid. I really wanted to point out that your diversity and inclusion plan is worth 40 points. Take some time to really think, do some introspection, if you will. As I mentioned before, we're looking to really transform not only just the nature of the construction industry, but really transform the community and all the folks and all the businesses that will benefit from this job actually happening on the south side of Chicago and just being in the city in general. So we're definitely looking for the most robust diversity and inclusion plan that you can think of. As far as your transformational credits, things that you've already are doing or things that you thought about doing but didn't quite know how to do it. And we're looking for a progressive partner, if you will, or a progressive project in order to make it happen. So just to keep that in mind. And I just wanted to reiterate that we are recording this meeting. This will be available on our website. We will likely do this outreach again to make certain that we're hitting all of the key interested parties there. So that's the evaluation process. I do know that some of our team members have joined, not certain if they wanted to say a couple things or maybe they just wanted to introduce themselves at this point, but it's totally up to them. Oh, questions and answers, and I heard someone come off mute.
Yeah, now I just wanted to say hello. Hi, I'm Lindsay Gregorio, and I will be the lead on the operations side for engineering efforts.
I'm Scott Atchison. I'll be project superintendent on the operations side of for Lakeside Alliance.
Ron Lewis, I will be the field operations manager for Lakeside Alliance.
I think that's it. I think that's everyone. We went through that pretty quickly, actually, in a virtual space. I guess that's just what happens. Are there any questions? Will we need to do anything new for bidding? I'm not certain I understand that question.
Would the person like to come off mute just to explain it a little bit more?
Is that Rashid?
It looks like it's Rashid.
I'm guessing by his initials.
Maybe Rashid didn't want us to put him on blast. Oh, like redoing the prequal? No. I think we just need to make certain that your prequal is up to date. And Gary, are there other things that they should look out for? And I guess it depends on when you completed your prequal as well.
Right. The pre-qualification form, we like to have that updated every 2 years. But we'll be checking the pre-qualification status of everyone who expresses interest. And so then if your pre-qual needs to be tuned up, we'll let you know. And then we like to review financial and safety information every year. I think part of Rashid's question is some of this work was priced last year right before the job was suspended. And so this bid will be like a brand new bid. So you'll have to fill out, your bid form and so forth, brand new for this. Yes, we will be using Building Connected as the application so that will, we need to have everyone's email address, which is not a big problem. So yeah, we're going to use Building Connected, and we'll also be making calls to firms that we've interviewed and so forth. We want to make sure that everyone knows that this is coming and that it's moving again, and that nobody misses an opportunity.
I'll also add that if you are a company or know a company who has yet to connect with the Lakeside Alliance, we're going to invite them to visit our website. Maurice, if you could put our website in the chat, and have them complete a vendor inquiry form. Because as Gary mentioned early on, we are restarting our company one-on-ones to learn more about what it is that you do and how you would potentially fit into the greater framework of not just the project, but also keeping in mind that as you speak to the Lakeside Alliance, you're also speaking to 5 separate companies who are continuing to do work in and around the city of Chicago. So that's important to note. So to get connected to us, you want to visit us at lakesidealliance.com and complete a vendor inquiry form if you haven't already done so, because we use those forms to recognize that you're trying to connect with us. And we use those forms to actually set up one-on-ones and to make certain that you are up to date with the information that we're putting out there about the project. Okay? Great. Well, thank you again. I feel like I'm on the airline. We know that you could have chosen a number of events today. We're happy that you have selected us. And we'll be in contact, and everyone be safe and be well. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Check out the playlist for more Lakeside Alliance content. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button to get more updates on our information sessions, contracting opportunities, as well as partner videos. For more, visit lakesidealliance.com.